The only morning show to help you guys get your goal, get your ass out of bed, and achieve those big, audacious goals.
My question is, why are we even addressing this little bastard? Let him keep pumping up the algorithm. Don't give him attention. Shit, just let him do his thing. If I'm walking down the street, somebody throws a fucking turd at me, you think I'm going to give that motherfucker attention? No, I'm going to keep on going.
Yeah, me too.
My first thought was a fucking Big Mac or a burger, whatever the fuck they call these big burgers at these restaurants. What they call it, a Big Mac, a Burger Mac, a King Mac.
Don't act like you don't know what it is, man.
The worst lunch for your heart, according to cardiologists, gentlemen, and this is targeted at you, gentlemen, a bacon double cheeseburger. Yeah.
So if you put kerosene in your
food,
fucking
that's poison.
automobile, are you going to wonder why that motherfucker won't run? You pull that healthy protein made out of a goddamn vacuum sealed Oscar Mayer sack. That ain't very fucking healthy. You're buying a fucking big bag of chicken and you roll that son of a bitch over to the ingredients. You know what you should see? You should see chicken. It's that fucking simple.
When you go buy meat, the ingredients should be meat. It shouldn't say 23% meat source, and then they got every other fucking ingredient in the meat, right? It's, wait a minute, that's not meat.
Think of a sausage as a form of meat, right?
Yeah.
A hot dog is a form of meat. We just connect hot dog with Oscar Mayer, and Oscar Mayer is doing us dirty. You can't read the first ingredient, or it's a fucking phrase summarizing what you're buying. It's not a good fucking deal.
One sow on average will have 3 litters a year, and on average 13 piglets in a litter. So almost 40 pigs from one sow. Dude,
Are you doing it because it's what you want? Are you doing it just because you're trying to impress someone else? Today, I want you to start putting honesty with yourself first. Because if you're not out here trying to change and doing it for yourself, then what the hell are you doing it for? What I love about Ryan's content is he doesn't create boring crap. He's all about entertaining and informative stuff. The successful podcast strategy starts with treating podcasts as a business.
I have heard that the average podcast has a life of 5 fucking episodes before someone quits. Is that true?
Yeah, it's definitely true.
If anything worth a damn, anything good is going to be difficult.
I hate how people like they try to insult you and be like, "Oh yeah, your little podcast, you and your little podcast." Like you couldn't do a podcast if you tried.
Yeah.
If you don't have a VA, you're the VA, right? If you don't have a sales guy, you're the sales guy. If you don't have a marketer, you're the marketer. It's easy to jump on this AI thing. It's easy to, look, a shiny object, or, a new person I can hire that's going to elevate my business. Yeah, but for the most part, are you marketing and selling every single day? What I realize now is I do it for my mind. So I do it for not only my body, obviously, to stay healthy, but I do it for the mental side of it. And then once you do that, it becomes even more addictive. Are you just doing your basics? Are you getting in the gym every day, or running, or just doing yoga or something? And it's not just for your body, it's also for your mind too. It's better, not more, right? So that's what I'll leave everybody with, whether it's podcasting, content creation, clients, business, personal life, friends, family, all that.
Don't take that fucking castrated goddamn goat sound. Ask him for a sound with a goat that's got some fucking balls. Right?
But when you on your fitness journey, it is a lonely journey, right? It's going to be you versus you. It's going to be you by yourself, no one else. So stop relying on someone else for your progress. And remember, it's you versus you. And this applies in the difficult days.
for me, man, it's the most calming thing in the world. So you get used to it and you learn to embellish it.
To have that level of discipline at 26 to get up and put those 3 hours on the table and make them non-negotiable.
If you can focus on that one thing, no matter what happens throughout the day, you do that one thing, you will become successful.
Don't look at the cars, don't look at the houses, don't look at the bank account. Look at the habits that created all that shit. You can beat 80% of people just by fucking showing up.
We all look in the mirror. We all either want to be bigger or smaller or skinnier or heavier or leaner, and we always want to be something that we're not.
You're kicking ass. You're
Yes, sir.
showing
Yeah,
you're showing these people what's possible.
Yes.
And you're opening their minds, and their fucking minds are blown because they're like, holy shit, this guy's doing better and more than me, and he's got one fucking arm.
Physical fitness is my emotional stability.
I don't really care what the mirror looks like. I know I'm strong up here, and that's what's most important.
Nobody has ever arrived. You're always in process. You're always on the way. And that's just a part of human nature.
The most important work man does, or a person does for that matter, is on themselves. And when you figure this out, you will get what you want so much goddamn faster.
It's
Yeah, break
minus
it down.
26 degrees Celsius right now. It's just
God damn.
fucking cold.
All right, I will say, so we're going to go.
It's really cold, and it's only December. It's not even January, February, and it's going to get colder. Actually, people are coming back after the holidays. We're talking body transformations today, and somebody who's had a big body transformation is the rapper Fat Joe.
Let's just recognize there's a time and a place for high glycemic carbohydrate. And if you're laying on the fucking couch, that's not one of them.
Glycemic index is really a tool versus a rule. Okay. Yeah. For cardio workouts, if it's like a 60-minute, like just sip on water. If you're in a calorie deficit, maybe you can have some branched chain amino acids. The more that you go to whole food, the more complex it starts to become, and your body has to work a little bit harder. And you don't want all the blood flow going and working on digesting the food versus going to the work.
Yeah.
So.
Your gut is going to be specific to certain things, and you're going to learn, oh, goddamn, this really works well.
Do you need a quick fuel source? Do you need to get that campfire really going quick? Or can you take your time and build a nice fire that's not going to burn your eyelashes off?
There still seems to be a lot of confusion around the glycemic index with fruits, because it's like, can you eat too much of it?
If people are getting too worried about the glycemic index with fruit, let's look at the other shit. Put down the fucking ho-hos and the Skittles. Get that shit out of there before we start having this conversation.
What I like about it is that it goes stages and phases. So when you need to do an exciting reset, it's like, thou shall not eat these ones, but you can eat these. For fruit, human bodies are complex. You still have to look at yourself as an individual and what's realistic for you right now and where you can be excited to move towards.
If you're making some food selections today, you want to stay away from the bacon cheeseburger. The one common denominator, we're all just showing up, putting one foot behind the other. That's the magic. You can show up to get in the car, but if there's no gas in it, or if you can't step on the pedal to move forward, you're still stagnant.
One of the things that I'm really trying to do is just single ingredient foods. I hate fucking calling things a diet, lifestyle.
Yes.
What I'm loving about our conversations is he's putting into work the high level shit. It's putting the right fuel in the vehicle, but then the specific right fuel for that specific right vehicle is the next step. You got to eat just a serving of something and go, fuck, how quickly did that pass through? I started eating this stuff and I'm like, fuck, I'm getting hungry so much faster. These animals were just in the fucking pasture. I was able to digest that pound of ground beef that was grass-fed, purely organic.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Tenacity has the same definition. If you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to succeed at things. It's really as simple as that.
Fuck around and find out. You got to run anyways. What does it matter?
Staying the same is no fucking fun.
Yeah.
I have to give myself even more rest than I thought I did.
Oh.
So it's another step in evolution.
And you know what, man? Fuck it. Just got to keep rolling.
That's it. Fuck it, baby.
So,
Awesome. If you want a trick to communicate to an audience when you're by yourself on the camera, think that you're talking to one person right now. This fellow empowers underrepresented innovators. Woo, say that a few times. To create sustainable futures. Mickey, a visionary entrepreneur, change maker, empowering underrepresented innovators from Philadelphia, home of the Philadelphia Flyers. We're talking relationships, how to live a better life with a relationship.